Hey everybody, my name is Casey Kepley, and I want to say thank you for checking out my YouTube channel, and also I wanted to give you an introduction to who I am as a person and kind of what my YouTube channel is about. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why people are successful and why other people are not successful? Have you ever asked yourself, what your purpose is in life and you know, why you're in the situation you're in? I know I have, and just to give you an idea of when that happened for me, when I started asking those questions, let me take you back 10 years. Okay, right now I'm 34 years old. I was 24 years old, and I was living out of the backseat of a car. All right, I didn't know where my next meal was going to come from. I was basically, in the winter, I was going to sleep in negative 10-degree weather, where you can see your breath as you're falling asleep. Let me tell you, it was not fun, okay? And part of that was because everything that led up to that point in my life was in my control. I just didn't realize it, all right? And then being homeless, that was something that was in my control too. I actually chose to be homeless so I could change my reality. All right, because I realized if I continued heading down the path that I was in, I was not, I was not going anywhere good. Let's just put it that way. All right, so I knew I needed to change some things, and I had to start with asking those questions that I just asked you. All right, now. Good news is, if you're somebody right now who is trying to get out of debt, maybe you have some financial problems, and those are having an effect on your relationships with people, and then directly impacting your own life. It's okay, and you've probably made some mistakes along the way. I know I've made plenty, and I just want to let you know that it's okay. Because there's a way out. There really is. And that's part of what my YouTube channel is about, is giving people direction, giving them a baseline or a blueprint to follow, so that they can start living the good life. All right? And you might ask, well, what is the good life? It's health, wealth, love, and happiness. Okay? These are things that I learned from one of my mentors, along the way, and it's all about balance. It's all about being balanced in those four pillars: health, wealth, love, and happiness. If one of them's out of whack, guess what? The rest of them are probably going to be out of whack too. So how do you get everything in balance? How do you get a blueprint together so you can become successful, so that you can live the good life? For me, it started with finances. Okay, and one thing that I've noticed with all my mentors and all the people that I know that are successful in life, they all got the same baseline. They may have different blueprints, but they all have a baseline that they go off of. Okay, and it's being well balanced. Again, in health, wealth, love, and happiness. But for me, I went from being homeless and living paycheck to paycheck and being $22,000 in debt. It took me 6 years, 6 years total to actually get it figured out and get on the right path. But I'm debt free. Okay, I don't have the only bills I have are car insurance and my phone bill. My car's paid off. My rent, or the mortgage payment is covered all the way up until next year. Right now, so I have security that I've never had in my life, that I've never experienced in life until just recently, in the last year. And I've got a girlfriend who I'm planning on marrying here soon, and just life for me has gotten so much better from the time I was 24 till now. It's night and day. And I'm not a multimillionaire, I'm not a billionaire, but I do have investments going. I'm making passive income. I'm leveraging the power of compounding with my money. I still trade my time for money. I'm an employee as well, but I'm an investor. And getting back to that baseline that I was just talking about, I asked you if you knew what your purpose was, if why some people are successful and why some people aren't. I'm going to answer one of those questions for you right now. The reason why people are successful and others aren't is because the successful people, the people who are in pursuit of happiness, trying to get that good life, the American dream, the people that want that, they execute a plan, and it revolves around a baseline. Okay, now for me, when I was growing up, let me just give you a brief history on what I experienced growing up and why I'm so passionate about helping other people with achieving financial independence, because that's realistically what I'm going to show you in my videos through my YouTube channel here. That's what I'm going to show you. That's what that channel is about, is to help people so that they can avoid some of the pitfalls that I've encountered and experienced in life, and hopefully it's a little bit easier for you, in your journey in life, so that you don't have to experience a lot of things I went through that took me 10 years to learn. And I'm going to show you some of the pitfalls that you can avoid so that you can speed up that process so that you can get to where I'm at right now, where all your security is covered, like all your bills are covered, you're debt free, you got cash flow coming in, you can invest, you can get your money working for you, making passive income, and you can do some of these cool things that you've always wanted to do, like travel the world. Because those are things I'm doing right now at 34 years old. And 10 years ago, if you would have asked me, if I was going to be in a position where I could do these kind of things, I probably would have said, the hell with you, man. It's not achievable. It's not something obtainable. And I want to tell you right now it is. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the videos that I've made on my YouTube channel here. There's a lot of information in there that you're going to get, but it covers a baseline like I was talking about. Now, I told you that in order to be successful, you have to be well balanced, right? And that revolves around the 4 pillars of health, wealth, love, and happiness. Well, for me, mine is focused in on wealth, okay? Managing your finances and getting those straight, because if those are not in line and those aren't, right on point, and you're not in control of your finances, the rest of it's going to be out of whack. And I can attest to this because I've experienced it. All right, and it's not fun. And I grew up with not a whole lot of guidance. Okay, I was raised by 2 individuals who, God bless them, I love them. They're my mom and dad. But they lacked knowledge within themselves to do a lot of the things that I'm doing right now. Okay, and they never got started. And they're still living paycheck to paycheck as I speak right now. All right, and they're one of them's 62 years old, the other's approaching 60. And I grew up around that, watching them fight over finances all the time. And so it got me really, really, at a young age, it got me really focused in on finances, because I knew that was a big part of it. And it is. It's not the whole secret or key to being successful in life, but I firmly believe that's where it starts. And so that's what my YouTube channel is about, is getting your finances right so you can achieve that financial independence, financial freedom. And if that's if that's going good and that's in line with what you're trying to do in life, your purpose, then everything else is going to come together. Okay, everything else gets a whole lot easier for you. Especially because, let me ask you a question real quick. How would you feel right now if you could go to bed at night, excuse me, and you didn't have to worry about your bills being paid, whether or not you're going to have enough money for your next meal come tomorrow. How would you feel just knowing that that's all covered for the rest of your life? All right, now for me, it's not covered indefinitely, when it comes to security and all the necessities to live. That's not all covered indefinitely for me yet, but it is covered for at least the next 2 to 3 years. Like, I don't have to worry about that. And for a lot of people that I meet, that I try to help, they want that. They want it. Everybody does. And I know you do too, and that's why you're watching this YouTube channel. That's why you're watching my introduction video right now, because you want to change your life for the better. And I got to tip my hat to you and, and say that's awesome. Because you have to, that's where it starts. You have to look at yourself in the mirror. And you have to realize that you're not perfect. You have to have humility. You have to be humble. And that's the first step, is being humble and wanting to learn. There's a quote, you earn what you learn. Warren Buffett. There's a lot of truth to it. Why do you think you go to school? Why do you think you pick up books and read? Why do you think, you go to work every day and you try to do better at your job, and obtain new skill sets? It's because you're learning. You're learning so that you can earn more money. That's why we do it. So, in saying that, this YouTube channel it's about learning. It's about education. I'm going to educate you along the way on things that you can start doing, getting a plan together for your life, so that you can start doing a lot of the cool things that I've been doing. Like, just in the last 3 years, guys, I'm not trying to brag here or anything, because that's not the point to what I'm about to say, but I've been able to take trips to, Florida, the Bahamas, Hawaii, Mexico, Costa Maya. I've hiked up into the national rainforest in Hawaii. I've been to the third largest waterfall, like in person, up front, close and personal, in the world. And just being able to do those kind of things, it really sheds light on why we're here, because it's not all just about money. A lot of it is, enjoying the time that you have, because here's the thing. We all have to work. We all have to try to make money, right? The worst trade that you can make in life is trading your time for a dollar bill. Okay? It's the worst trade you can make, because your time is a commodity that you only have so much of. Money will never buy time back so that you can go back and relive something and change your course or direction, or change the choice that you made. Those are things you cannot do with time. You only get one life to live, and that's it. So you have to make the best of it. And part of making the best of it is to follow this blueprint I'm going to show you on the YouTube channel. Okay? And it starts through finances. Alright, now if you click on the link at the end of this video, I'm going to cover things such as long-term investing, the approach there that you can take, versus the approach in short-term investing. Okay? Now if you're not an investor, it's okay. I'll get you caught up on some of that stuff and explain how to be a good investor. And I'm going to show you a lot of the pitfalls that I went through over the last 3.5 years trying to invest for the short term. Because, believe it or not, I thought I had it right. I thought I was doing it all the way it's, being aggressive at a young age, trying to make money, doing all that. I was going about it completely wrong. I should have been focused in on the long-term approach as opposed to the short.